Boy, I'm not a man, but I can kind of relate a little bit.
So, I'm not a man, but clearly I am a lesbian, if you didn't know. That has been in a same-sex marriage who holds the masculine role in my nearly marriage, actually, for 10 years. 10 years, well, 9.5, right? 9.5 years in that I have taken to literally spend building an empire with my fiance. So if you are a guy watching this, and if you have if you are someone who's the masculine role in your relationship, and you have a feminine, divine, beautiful person at home that you are building an empire with, I just want to let you know you're not alone. I want to let you know that I don't know why, but the universe is telling me to fucking do this video. It takes sometimes for some men to hold the line and the vision for their fiance who might not be able to see what you want or what you desire or what you think might need to occur. What the fuck are you talking about, Olivia? I'm getting some clients come into my vortex at the moment where one person is like, I know that property investing is the fucking thing for us. I know it's gonna make us, but they just don't know how to articulate it or how to show them. It's okay. I didn't either in my first 5 years. It took me 5 years to convince my fiance to finally get on board and just let the reins, give me the reins to make the financial decisions, to know that I was doing the right things. You have to do a couple of different things. Number one is you have to make them feel safe. You have to make them feel certain that the steps that you're doing, and you have to take action, that's the next thing. You have to make them feel certain that you are doing the right research, that you are hiring the right people, that you know how to mitigate different risks, right? And that also you're thinking of the impact of what their future and their day-to-day life would look like. So I'll give you an example. You might have a missus at home who maybe desires so much to be a stay-at-home mum and look after the kids and be beautiful feminine at home. Awesome. Show her then how a property portfolio can provide that. 2, you might have a missus at home that maybe she genuinely loves working and you don't have kids, and she's like, why would we want to build wealth? I actually love my life like this. Ask her, how could our life get better? What are some other things that you would desire doing that right now you just really don't have? How can we fucking 10x that vision? So for example, they might desire some sort of materialistic thing, right? Show her how that could be potential for her. And sometimes it means just talking about goals and sitting down and doing goals writing. Literally, my partner and I have had a money date night once a month. We specifically have a date night every week, and one of those once a month is literally dedicated so hard to just sitting there and focusing on our goals. So I want to give you a story of a scenario that I personally went through. So when I started building out my portfolio, I'd bought a property that doesn't tick the 3 main boxes, which is you got to look for upside for growth, you got to make sure it's not too negatively geared, and you got to make sure that you're finding a property that has opportunity to add value, aka don't go buying a new off the plan property. Make sure that you can find something that where it's got a little bit older, you can do a renovation on it as an extra card up your sleeve for a rainy day. Now, the first property I bought didn't tick any of those 3 boxes. When we bought this first house, and it was basically nearly not, and it wasn't off the plan, but it was the house and land pack. It was house and then land. And this property, I had decided that I was like, babe, we're not going to live in it. I said, we're going to become rent investors. And everyone around us was like, what the fuck? What do you mean you're not going to live inside this house? And I'm like, I'm not going to go and live in it. Like, legit, we don't need to. And these are the reasons why. It's going to be $20,000 cheaper for us to not live in it. Purely just from a thing, just because if we could rent it out, we could protect our borrowing capacity, and I could get depreciation and get more money for it. So it was $20,000 better for us, plus it also helped protect our borrowing capacity. So I said, we're going to be rent investors instead. And my fiance, or my partner at the time, now fiance, was like, are you crazy? We've just spent 2 years finding this land, waiting for it to be built, and now you're telling me we're not going to live in it? I was like, yeah. That's right, because we're going to go buy 4 other more properties instead. She couldn't see that vision. Now, one of the things that I really struggled with is like drawing pictures and drawing graphs to like physically show her. So I had to learn that skill. I had to learn to literally get pen and paper and put it on the fridge and show her and be like, if we do this, then we wait a couple of months, then we can buy this property, and then we're going to do this. And these are the action plans. So I would have like draw some rough graphs just to show her, because she was a visionary. Whereas I'm a speaker. I don't really like to, I'm not very good at drawing shit on paper. That's the reason why I'm not a whiteboard person, right? That's the reason why I talk to the camera. So I had to learn to adapt to that skill. And as a coach now, I've gotten better at that because I have to do that for my clients as well. However, you're not alone. And I just want to say, like, holding the vision and holding the line and do the actions to make her feel safe, and Also, squeeze out of her some more goals, some extra things that your life could improve by. It takes years for some people to build that trust. I'll give you another example. Even after 5 years, after my partner had fully trusted me, we went through another scenario again when interest rates went through the roof in 2022. And my partner was like, how the fuck are we gonna hold down these properties? I'm like, babe, don't worry, I got you. Because we bought with high yields and just a matter of a couple of months out, even though the interest rates are going like this, our rents will climb very, very quickly straight after it. So I was like, don't worry, it's just a storm. It'll be for 12 months and we'll get out of the fucking storm and it's fine. And this is the things that I'm gonna do and that I've already done to mitigate storms, to get through it. So actually it's not that bad. And if they're worried about something, for example, different storms or things going wrong, educate yourself so that if she turns around and says, but what if this happens? Well, you need to be educated enough to turn around and say, and this is how we mitigate that problem. This is the solution to that. Because everything that can go wrong in property building and in wealth building, everything is literally mitigatable. There is a solution to everything. Every problem that somebody thinks can occur in real estate, I teach people how to build a property portfolio to get the highest ROI on life. What does that mean? That means mitigating different storms that over history that we've seen, and also your storms or your risks or your things that are going to happen in your life. For example, you might anticipate maybe accidentally getting pregnant one year. Okay, how do we plan and make sure that if you were to accidentally have a baby one day, that you're financially stable enough and you've planned for that in advance, okay?
This is a wild one anyway.
So if you're a masculine role and you're struggling to get your partner aboard, I invite you to click on the link in my bio and book in a free call with me. And there might be just like a video or some sort of little golden nugget that I can give you that could be the fucking difference for you being able to build your wealth. Life is too short to give up on this. And you are elite.